I received a phone call on September 7th from Garett Kirt's girlfriend at the time, Krista. Needless to say, she was not happy with certain interviews of mine with Garett. I must admit that I never expected the series to go in the direction that it did. I feel strongly that I did everything I could to help eliminate him as a POI in the Delphi murders. I almost feel that Garett was ultimately successful in convincing everybody but me. From day one, I told Garett that I was going to follow this story wherever it led me. I admittedly developed a subjective personal opinion on Garett, but Krista was right about one thing. My opinion doesn't matter. However, it is relevant because I've shared my opinion since the interviews. I spoke to Garett on the phone for the first time since September yesterday. I haven't heard from Krista since, but I understand they are no longer together. Garett still strongly denies all involvement in accusations of his alleged involvement in the Delphi murder. Even though Krista had such a passionate disagreement with me, I felt this phone call would be a perfect example to show how Americans and humanity in general can agree to disagree, but still have a civilized conversation. As you guys know, in the American criminal justice system, a defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in the court of law. All right, let's get into it.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Okay, so
Having my German Shepherd is having an allergic reaction. What's up? Everything okay?
I watched all of your things.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not very happy with the way some of it came out.
Okay.
You did what you said you were gonna do, was clearing him from the Delphi thing perfectly. Like that, it was awesome.
Seems I did.
But
yeah.
Yes, that I do agree with. But there's other ways that you smeared the shit out of him. Yeah, he did a horrible thing. He absolutely did, but it doesn't mean that he's a horrible person. And why is everything about rape too? That's not what he was getting sentenced for. That's not what he told me that you were going to interview him for.
Well, see,
why is all of that included in one?
Well, I'd love to answer your questions. And obviously there's videos online, so if you have any questions, it's basically self-explanatory. It's not my opinion. I'm not providing my opinion on anything. I'm reporting.
You did provide your opinion, though. Do you not remember talking to Christopher Meth? You were providing your opinion all over the place.
Krista raises a very fair point right now and in the next upcoming minutes. I guess because at the time of the series, I was so strongly suspicious of Garett having been involved somehow in the Delphi murders that I truly believed, I guess, to a certain extent, I wasn't sharing my opinion. Mostly because if I was, I would be standing on top of the YouTube Enterprises building, screaming and streaming, Garett Kirtz is the bridge guy. But she brings a fair point. Also, my opinion doesn't matter. It is relevant, though, because I am the one conducting the interviews. So please, guys, take my opinion with a grain of salt. I am way too close to be objective.
Listen, I do interviews. That's what I'm doing. And so I haven't talked to Garett.
Okay, well, he doesn't want you to call him no more.
Okay,
don't call him no more.
Okay.
I was told to call you by hand.
Okay, well, and that's why I was going to say before I talk to you, is I don't know that I feel comfortable because I know he cares about you an awful lot, and I'm not trying to do harm in his life. But you're comfortable enough to text me
to talk to him for you, and I don't know you.
Well, all I'm saying is on his behalf. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I haven't spoken to him. I'm not sure if that's him or it's just the jail. So,
he told me that your account is blocked indefinitely.
Yeah. I think that's probably right.
Not just whatever chick Kathleen or whatever her name is gone.
So that's what I'm saying is I would love to talk to you further, but since I'm not even in conversation with him, I just don't want to step on a boundary. I understand that Garett's not a horrible person.
He's the one that told me to call you because at first I wasn't going to say nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm. And
then I said to him, I watched him.
How can I help you? Is it Krista? Is it Krista?
Yeah, why? I don't understand why you had to go to that level. Why? Yeah, he did a horrible thing. It absolutely is fucking terrible.
And he's taken responsibilody for it. Aren't you proud of him for that?
So why?
He's the only person that has taken any sort of responsibility.
Absolutely. absolutely. Everybody else is a bunch of pussy.
Garett is the only person taking responsibility out of like 10 criminals, and recently just
Right,
named
so
other
why
people.
smear him in other ways?
Give me an example, Krista, so I can understand where you're
Okay,
coming
the
from.
whole episode of when the state police were talking about the Delphi, you were using this is what Garett said to answer the cop's question.
It's a process of elimination, and I think I've been successful at it.
No, because everything that you put up against what the cop said could have been said, could have fit that situation.
Let me just tell you that I got to tell you this, and he knows this, but Garett has everybody convinced that he's not involved in Delphi. I am not so sure, and that's why he doesn't want to talk to me. So I hear you.
I believe that man 100% because I look him in his face every day.
Right.
You can see it in his eyes. His eyes tell you. Well, I don't know what to tell you there because like he would never hurt a child, ever. I would never doubt him ever in a million years, ever.
Yeah, I mean, I get that same vibe. And I tell him the same thing.
But if you get that same vibe, then how can you say that you don't know if he's not involved in Delphi?
He can't verify his alibi, Krista. He has no alibi.
Oh, I don't know where the fuck I was back then.
I know, but if
I'm not getting charged with murder.
If you were being interrogated and asked where you were and being, facing a charge like that, you would, you know what I mean? You would find a way to do it. And he has. I'm giving him all that credit.
That's their job. That's the cop's job.
But if I'm not going to, I'm taking your call and I respect your position. What I'm just trying to say is that if I was giving my opinion, it would be a lot different. Now, I understand that you're in a difficult position. I am very proud of Garett, and that's why I texted you. Please let him know because I figured my account was blocked indefinitely. And the reason why me and Garett got in contact was about moral injury. And so I think, and this is what I've told him, and if you talk to him more, maybe he can, corroborate this, is that I told him, tell the truth, the entire truth, and let the public find the villain in the story. You know what I'm saying? And
a lot of what you said makes him that villain.
Are you aware of Fridays?
Insinuate.
Were you at court on Friday, Krista?
No, nobody was.
He was?
It's her bad. Oh, yeah, I know shit.
Are you upset?
I talked to him before and right after.
Oh, well, that's what I was asking you. I just was seeing if you were aware of it, that he pled guilty.
Oh, absolutely. We cried for like an hour and a half together.
I'm so proud of him. I mean, what happened is terrible, but what he's doing, he's taken every step to make that right, and I give him so much credit for that. That's going to be the difference between him and anybody else in a position like him, is that a parole board will see that. I just wanted to, I told Garett I wanted to meet him.
With the whole Delphi thing and you saying that you're not sure, he's the only one owning it, and he has no problem telling you what happened that day. What makes you think he's going to deny that if he's owning something so horrible that he's already done?
Well, he's told me a lot of things that I wouldn't put out and haven't put out. And so I'm not saying that I know. I'm saying that I don't know. I'm in my position where I'm just like, a lot of people, the public has eliminated him, but where I sit, I feel like he's convinced everyone but me.
Yeah, but why, if he's already eliminated, then why does he have to convince you?
Well, he's eliminated. I would think
he doesn't know shit.
Well, he doesn't know exactly, but it's my opinion. I'm just telling you what I think.
But you just told me not that like a few minutes ago that you're not here for your opinion. You're here for.
Well, no, I don't. I'm talking to you specifically, Krista, from a woman to woman on a personal basis, and I don't mind.
Well, this is very personal to me, and your opinion.
That's why I want to take your call and answer your questions. I'm just trying to be honest with you about how I feel about it all.
But if he's already eliminated, then why does your opinion?
I have not said he's eliminated. He's not eliminated. He's a suspect to the police, and he's a person of interest in the public opinion. Come on, Phoebe, let's go, honey. Oh my gosh, her face is so.
Well, until them charges are filed, nobody else's opinion fucking matters.
That's right. That's right. And I wish the best for you, Krista. I really hope the best for you. And
I'm taking care of the best for him. And doing shit like this is not the best for him.
Well, I can tell you care about him, and that's good. I hope
love
nothing
that man.
but.
Believe it or not, I love that man.
He loves you too, a lot. He loves you a lot.
I've never even met him in person. I've never met him in person.
He loves you like a lot. I mean, Right, but you guys have a connection.
I would do anything for him. I would do anything for him.
It was just, he had never had a chance from just things that happened to him in childhood, and then growing up in that town, and just past abuse, and then the drugs flooding the streets. Like, he never had a shot. And he knows this. That's all
that happens down here, though. That's all
I know.
Down here.
You're right. It's terrible, and it's all over the United States.
I used to be one of them.
Well, I was wondering. I just didn't want to ask you. Phoebe, come here.
Yeah, I used to be one of those.
Oh, sweetheart.
I never went down south of the river, down like by where he was, because it's like a totally different world down there, and I don't play down there.
That's more of the.
But
yeah.
When I sat there and watched it, like, I had so many mixed emotions that it's probably a good thing that I watched it in the middle of the night, because I probably would have called you in the middle of it.
Wait, sorry.
Like, I was looking at a couple of your episodes.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at my dog. Can you just repeat that again? My dog, she got stung by a bee. I think I need to get some Benadryl.
It's a good thing that I watched him in the middle of the night, because I would have called you then. Like, I was such on an emotional roller coaster while watching that. Like,
well, feel free to take it out on me. I'm not trying to do harm in your life, Krista, or his. So,
well, I feel like it kind of did. Could.
Okay. Well, if you feel like it could, I understand. You have every right to your opinion. It's not.
I don't know about did, because it's all just put up, but could.
It's not what is going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You're right. My opinion doesn't matter. And you sound like you love him a lot, so maybe even whatever he's done, it's not going to matter. You know, you're going to get to know him. But he is a human being. I know that he said he hasn't felt like he's been treated like a human being. And that's why, I invested so much time with him. Pardon?
And he's treated like a piece of shit.
I don't treat him like a piece of shit.
And just because he made a horrible decision doesn't make him a bad person.
Right. No, I believe in
and you did kind of call a horrible person when you told him that you thought he might be the bridge guy, and he got pissed.
No, but I'm not going to lie to him. I've invested a lot of time with him, because I said, Garett, I want to meet you where you are, and let's walk to where you're going. And believe it or not, and I know you know this because he spoke often and fondly of you, and I like that. That's why in the beginning when you first called, I just wanted to make sure that I think it's great that you're being there for him, but I don't want to cross any bridges, because I feel like he's just done a really good thing. It's probably a huge stressor, but it's going to come time for acceptance. And I just hope that he stays on that track forward. So 10, 25 years from now.
Episode, how many times are you going to let that piece of shit that's sitting in jail too, since we want to talk about pieces of shit, call him a fucking idiot?
I'm sorry, what?
Whatever Andy or Greeno or whatever the hell the other guy's name is, the one that's sitting in jail his damn self.
Greeno?
How many times are you gonna let him call Garett an idiot?
I don't know what you mean. He was in, I think, part 6.
In the first 5 minutes of your thing.
On part 6, that was like 6 weeks ago. That was part 6. Oh, you're talking about the compilation?
No, the one that just posted.
You're talking about the compilation on my channel. Yeah, that's a compilation of all the coverage about...
But why? Why is that necessary? His opinion don't mean...
Because there's 3 death investigations going on, and I know you can understand that.
But there isn't. One is done. There is no anything about the other one.
Can I send you the news article, or do you have it?
I already have it.
Okay, because I know that it's not put out widely, but I don't know. I just be safe too yourself. It seems like some of the people that he was in with, they're just, just.
I don't know any of them people. I don't know not a one of them.
Right, but.
And
it just seems
had
like
he not been in jail with my ex-boyfriend, because the whole reason how me and Garett started talking is he was friends with my ex-boyfriend because they were in jail together.
Oh, okay.
And when I happened to be there when Garett called, he was making so much fun of my ex-boyfriend that I had tears. And I asked him to be my friend because it was hilarious. It was awesome. It was so awesome to hear somebody else rip on him like I did.
Oh my
Awesome.
goodness. Love at first sight. That's cute. That's cute. I'll give you that.
That's just, I was like, you just need to be my friend. I just want you to be my friend.
Yeah.
And well, here we are now. But like,
are you done with the drugs in the jail? Do you have all the help that you need, Krista, to make sure that shit doesn't hold you back?
oh, I've been clean for a hot minute. I drink
good.
every now and then, but
Good. I just want to.
I'm dealing with my own shit. I got my own cases.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I just feel so sad for everybody that's dealt up in drugs. I kind of like helping the underdog. I think that people do deserve
But then,
a
like,
second
why?
chance.
So it's your whole
Garett
thing.
would have never seen the light of day outside of a jail cell if he wouldn't have
He still isn't.
accepted responsibility. But when a parole board, when he sits down in 25 years in front of a parole board, they're going to see that, okay, you confessed to this before you were even charged to this, which he did. And you confessed to this, you didn't go to trial, you gave everybody's names, he just gave, more names. And that's giving closure to the families if there is such a thing. And you got to give him credit for that. He made the decisions. And he's taking responsibility. It sounds like a lot of other people share responsibility, and everybody. And as you can see, like I told him, let the public find the villains. Just like a good movie. And it's not always the person that you think is obvious. And so I told him, I really hope the best for him. I hope he can do something in there. Speak to our upcoming youth that are into these drugs. Speak to. Like the national political conversation about our southern border, and just make a difference with what has happened wrong,
Right. But like, if it was all about eliminating him from Delphi,
well, once
I
got talking to Garett, he was
what else is going on with him matter? Like, why did Nicole's case matter? Why does Ray's anything matter? Why?
Because their lives
matter. Not tied to each other.
Their lives matter.
Well, they absolutely they did. Absolutely. Not for 1 second have I ever said different. Absolutely. But that's not what you're interviewing him for.
Well, when I started, Garett and I have talked, he's let me interview him on record about everything from his childhood on up. We've talked a lot. I mean,
I know.
There's only probably 4% of it on the internet. And because I'm talking to him about the journey of moral injury within these days of criminal justice reform. And I'm sure if you're going through things, that the criminal justice system is changing quickly. Yeah, and the tides are turning. Have you been watching the news? I mean, you see it, the climate, it's different.
Oh, I stopped watching the news. I got enough shit going on in my own life. I don't want to watch the depressing shit.
What I'm saying is the people are sick of the establishments and the systems being rigged and institutions, it's changing, and it's changing rapidly. So restorative justice is what I first initiated with Garett about. So him and I have talked about everything. I mean, he's talked to me about all of these things. So I just think whatever has happened, his story, he's fascinating, like an all-American country boy, just has it all, and the perfect storm.
And that's why he's mine. That's why he's mine.
What?
Because I said, and that's why he's mine, because I find everything about him amazing.
He is.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
I see good in Garett as well. I think it's obvious. I do, and I respect him as a human being. I think it's fascinating to hear about different things in his life.
Hear you say that, like, you don't know if, like, he didn't have anything to do with Delphi or not. Like, if you could see, like, the way well, I'm sure you did. When you hear him talk about his nieces and his nephews, that look in his eye, he could never harm a child. Ever. Like,
drugs can make people do crazy things. It's possible. He's capable of it.
It is not to a child. Absolutely not. He is not capable of hurting a child.
Okay,
I will put my life on that.
Okay, Nicole Bowen, she was 30s, but she looked young. And Liberty German.
She's not a child.
What?
A child is a child is a child. Like, a child is a child.
Right, but a woman?
He would never.
A woman? That was torture and murder, Krista.
I understand that.
A lot of things made Garett
But
who he
you
is.
don't know what happened between anybody up until that point. You don't know what she said, what she threatened, what she did, what she didn't do, what she possibly could have done, what she didn't do at all. Nobody knows but them. But at the end of the day, she was not a child. children, those poor babies.
Have you ever asked him about it?
Babies.
Have you ever asked him if he did?
I have not watched anything, read anything, talked to anybody about anything.
Are you curious
until
about
yours.
it?
I'm letting him tell me his story. If he wants me to know, he'll tell me. He'll tell me in due time. I'm letting him.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm letting him open up to me when he is ready to. Because I didn't want to read all the bullshit and people's opinions.
Power of suggestion.
And end up being a judgmental bitch and then judge him.
Baby, come on, honey, go inside.
So,
oh, shit.
I didn't read anything. I didn't watch anything. I didn't listen to nobody. I did nothing. I started off asking him what his favorite dinosaur was.
What?
So,
are you, is this something long-term for you, or are you just...
I'm there for the long haul with him. You need somebody there.
Yeah. But as a lover, or
I'm not,
as a... Are you going away? You're not going away, right?
Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no.
Oh,
no. Mine's not that bad. No, God, no. I have like a year of like probation and shit.
Oh, then just do it. Just get that shit done. Get out of it, or else it'll just keep tricking you up and getting you back in the system. That's what it's designed for.
When he goes to prison, I'm going to see him in prison whenever I can, as often as I can. I mean, because when I first started to be his friend, that was my whole purpose. Like, he's never going to see the light of day. So, if I can help somebody else smile, even though my life sucks right now, then that would still make me feel better.
Yeah.
And he was making fun of my ex-boyfriend, which is like a double bonus.
Love it. Like I said, that's really cute. Yeah.
And like, it was perfect. Like, I had tears, my face hurt. It was
like,
awesome.
Yeah. Something you just like waited years for. Yeah.
Right. Because that dude did me so dirty, it's so bad. So the fact that he was ripping him apart too, it was perfect.
That's relatable.
So little did he know is it was helping the both of us. Because my shit ain't going too swell. His shit obviously ain't going too swell.
Okay,
but yeah,
if you're
we're both nerds together, and we laugh like assholes the whole time we're on the phone.
I just want to make sure that, because I think what you're doing it's admirable, but I don't think that you should have to say you're going to devote. You can be.
I'm choosing to.
You're choosing to. Okay.
I am choosing to.
You should just be done with men.
There's stipulations and windows, and there's if we've talked about the whole situation as a whole.
On the banister. Okay.
So, she knows that like I'm not just gonna sit and wait and not do anything. Like she knows that, but I'm also not gonna go out and get married either.
Right. You're living your right. So it's.
I'm already once divorced. I'm good. I'm done. I've learned. I'm done. Right. I'm never doing that shit again. That's stupid. That's stupid shit.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So, Garrett's convinced he's going to change my name. I don't know. As of right now, there's a whole bunch of none of that happening. Nope. Good. But I made a decision.
Okay? Do you have a good representation? Do you have what you need? If you want to ever talk about it, I guess just let me know.
I have a public defender.
Ugh,
it's
sorry.
Only a possession charge.
Oh, okay. Well, that's doable with the virus.
If I really wanted to push it to trial, I could possibly win. But I'm too much of a sissy. I should win. But I'm too much of a sissy, so I'm probably just going to plea out for the probation. Because what if I lose? If I lose, man, I'll suck. Jail's not a place for me. I've only made it 4.5 days, and I was done. I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's not any life to live. But would your plea deal ensure that you don't go to jail?
There isn't actually. It's not up officially yet.
It's in the end, the judge can do whatever he wants, basically.
Right.
Yeah, so there's no cops deals.
It's my first drug charge ever. I've never had a drug charge ever in my life.
Well then, but is this on top of other charges? Like, is that the problem?
I had my felony fixed possession and then a misdemeanor because they got 2 1-hitters for a week. Left the weed in the car.
Well, maybe if they build the wall in the southern border, the drugs will fucking stop killing all of our children and generations and ruining our lives. Because it's all over my town, it's all over America, your town. It's out of control.
It's not better, I guess. It doesn't make it better, but mine was a mess.
Well, no, but still, yes, I think it is good that that's better, because there's, like, no way back.
In a way, I feel like it's better, but then it's so not better. Like, it's oxymoron in itself, I guess.
Yeah, I hear you. I see what you're saying. I mean, meth and heroin, you know, I mean, it's one or the other. Because
at least, like, majority of coke comes from the ground, not from, like, lithium batteries and Drano.
What does that mean? Oh, are you saying that's what meth's made of? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like, at least, you know, coke is, you're probably getting, like, coke and, like, baby laxative or something.
I feel like Garett will have a movie made about him, and you're gonna be in it, like it or not. So maybe make that decision now. You know.
He already asked me if I would speak at the trial, if he would have had it, if I were to speak for him about his character.
Yeah.
Of course I would, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably start getting death threats all over the place, but I don't live down there. I've never been to Delphi, ever in my life.
Did you know about what happened in Delphi?
Oh, of course. Everybody did around here, of course.
You ever hear any rumors about it or anything?
No, because we're too far. Like, I'm maybe 20 minutes south of Gary.
Yeah, it's an eerie thing. I mean, it's just so sad. Like, you know, that town just needs to heal.
Oh, it's awful.
And yeah,
and like when I first started talking to my ex, and he was telling me about Garett, and when you Google him, it comes up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I told him, I said, I don't want to read it, I don't want to know. I said, but I'm just letting you know. This fool comes out and tells me that there's any involvement. He knows shit. I'm a mother at the end of the day, and fuck a bunch of that. Someone will get told. I said, he's going to get told the same thing. I said, because I'm not going to be able to keep something like that on my conscience and sleep okay at night.
Yeah.
He's got me fucked up.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I have my own too, and those parents deserve every bit of everything they could possibly get out of it, because nothing's going to bring their babies back. I can't even fathom.
Me either. I
couldn't even fathom. Like, I have goosebumps just even like thinking.
Yeah, I do too. I have synchronicity.
So when me and Garett first started talking, I told him, I said, look, this is what I saw when I Googled, but I didn't read it. I said, I told you, I'm going to let you tell me your story. Well, let me find out different. I said, because I'm not that bitch. I'm not afraid of you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I said, because it does. I said, even if I were to say anything and then I were to get retaliation, either way, I still did those girls justice. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, wow, I don't know how to take somebody like you. And I said, well, you better get used to it, because that's how I am. I'm all in your face kind of person. You want me to cross that line? I'll cross that line.
I like that.
I'm not afraid. I could see it in him to where he could snap, but I'm not afraid of him at all in any way. At all. He's like a giant fucking teddy bear.
He needs that. It's like he, I don't know, something growing up, you know, with his mother. I don't know, does he talk about his mom a lot with you?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
And you're close with his grandma, too. I guess people just, like, love his family. It's so sad.
I've never met them in person either. It's going to be really awkward when that time actually comes, because I'm too shy for all that mess in person.
Yeah.
Over the phone, I can talk to you for days.
Right.
But when it comes to in person, and especially being like his family, and I haven't even met him yet, that's kind of like,
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to tackle it head on, right? Like, you know, you can't just run with, you know, your kids in your lives. And I've talked to his grandma. Me and her text quite a bit.
I think he said that, yeah, because I think you didn't have your phone. He was like hating it for like 5 days or something.
Oh my God, my phone! So it was in my lap, and when I got out of my car, it went face first into a puddle.
Oh no!
And I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me right now! Like, you got to!" And I just got this phone like 2 months ago, maybe 4 tops. So yeah, I was pissed. And I tried to rice, I tried to blow dryer, I tried none of it. I mean, it was, because of course, you know, once it hit, I stood there and looked at it for a second like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There wasn't that instant reaction to grab that out of the water. I was sat for a minute. So I didn't have any phone, and then it was bad.
That does suck. I've been there.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yes.
And I'm like, he's gonna be calling, and oh my God, like it's gonna be so, and it was bad.
But he said you got in touch with his grandma or something. So
yeah.
He was a
because
little
I finally went and used one of my friend's phones. So,
Phoebe Buffet. Oh my goodness.
And it did turn bad. Like we stopped talking for a hot second.
Yeah. So
because he got pissed and started running his mouth, and well, I run my mouth too, and you You can fuck right off like that. Go kick rocks. And he didn't like that. Because he's like, take my name off your, the account. Okay, bye. And I did just that.
Bye. Right?
Well,
not me.
Like,
he's like, take my name off here. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll leave you alone. But I'm not. No, like I.
Right, and then when we were fighting on, we were actually like screaming at each other, like, oh my God, some of the nastiest shit was said. And he's like, don't make me hang this phone up. I said, please, would you? Please? I said, I'm calling your bluff. I said, you're a bitch. You won't do it. And he was like, you know what? He's like, you're fucking right. Fuck up. At least I'm right.
Oh my gosh, you should.
He's like, I cannot believe you just called me a bitch. Yeah, he's like, I cannot believe you just called me a bitch. And I said, well, don't be one then. Don't talk about it, be about it. I'm calling your bluff. Tell him right now to hung up twice and took pictures.
Why don't you call his bluff right now? I think that you need to have a little Netflix and chill and listen to these other podcasts that, I mean, because you haven't read it, so now you know. You just have to get in. You have to look for yourself, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. How it's like, no, there's no way. But what the fuck? Like, it just gets. You just got to check it out. You're a smart girl.
I just don't.
And do what you can.
I don't see the need to. I don't see the need to because.
Okay.
I have all belief in him, and the way that.
Trust
the
but
way that
verify.
he looked at me when he said it,
Trust but verify.
Well, right, for sure. Like, I'm all about knowing my facts. 100% about that. Like, I will not come at anybody until I know what I'm talking, at least somewhat of what I'm talking about. So, I flat out asked him. I didn't give a shit. I was like, look, I don't care. I don't care if you need to write something in a letter and send it to me. You better tell me what happened. Mm-hmm. Because I need to know where I'm going to be in my life because I am not going to associate or condone any kind of and you got me fucked up.
Yeah.
So the look on his face, I would honestly tell you that I would be more scared of that face with the seriousness of how he didn't do it.
Oh yeah.
And how it eats him up than the way he talks about anything else.
Oh, 100%.
He was like it doesn't make him mad. It breaks his heart that people think that he did it.
He's absolutely convincing, 100%. But he's been inconsistent. He's been very inconsistent. Now, I think there's other reasons why, and I think that came out in the article. I'm going to send you that article.
Spun out,
oh, of course.
To be that spun out. Yeah, to be that spun out for days and days and days, and the way the different ways that he was telling me that he was doing it. Holy shit!
That's. I mean,
the way that Meth has ate up my ex. My ex is somebody I don't even know anymore.
Really?
I don't know who he is
Still
anymore.
Using?
Like he's. Oh yeah, man. He's totally like not who I met. Like he doesn't make sense. None of his stories are like the times are like it. Meth fucks you up.
Oh
bad.
Wow. I hear
so
it.
For his inconsistencies, like, it's not. I believe it's not because he's lying. Only because I've been there. I still have my moments where I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
To where two stories will go together all of a sudden. It makes sense, but they don't have no business together.
Exactly. 100%.
And I haven't touched Meth since a year almost.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
So,
one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. The law of attraction is real. The law of attraction is real.
Like, don't get me wrong, this is going to sound so horribly bad. I would still be doing it if it didn't hurt so bad.
It hurts? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh my God, I would love to interview about it.
I didn't shoot it. I didn't smoke it because I didn't I've never shot anything in my life. Like, no, can't do it. I didn't.
Oh, injection.
Smoke it because.
I didn't know you could inject meth. I thought that was like a.
Oh, you can inject anything.
Oh God.
You can inject anything.
That's when
disgusting,
it's deadly.
Really.
Yeah. That's
like I can totally wait the 20 minutes for my drugs to dissolve. I don't have that much of a problem. I can totally wait for that. I don't need that instant. And I didn't smoke it because I didn't like the way it tasted. It tastes like shit. And the high is stupid.
What does it make you do?
It's like Adderall.
Okay.
That's all it is. Adderall and meth are basically the same thing. There's only one chemical or one atom or component that's different. For real. I learned that on Drugs Inc.
Amphetamine. Okay,
methamphetamine.
I have to
There's
research
one
it.
from amphetamine to methamphetamine.
It just seems like it's like the devil's drug to me. And I can't, I have to bring awareness to it. I really want to learn more about it, but I would love to talk directly. There's this YouTube channel, you should look it up. It's called The Chosen One, CHOSEWON. And it's a guy out of the Detroit area. And it's, just check it out. Like, it's inspiring just to have some conversation, because we're all, you know, all of us are so united in one way, and I think everyone's starting to realize, you know, that there's lots of different people trying to keep everybody apart, and it's time to just heal and talk as a country. It's crazy right
but it's never going to happen, though. It's never going to happen.
Well, I'm not going to not try just because, like,
for sure.
I don't think that money needs to be spent on prosecuting you for possession when it is like a whole operation to bring drugs in. They should have
never been able to search my car.
Well, and what about Jeffrey Epstein? What are we talking about? Krista? What about Jeffrey Epstein? Like, why don't we talk about these other people that there's so much corruption?
Is that true? Okay, so with all that, is that true that California passed it to where it's legal?
What?
The whole being a chomo?
What, like a minor attracted person? Have you read that lately? I've heard.
No, I saw a screenshot from somebody it was also here.
California. Yeah, open secrets. Yes. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Let me find out. Like, I swear to God, let me find out.
It's everywhere.
Like, my daughter's 13.
You have to watch.
I'll kill him.
You have to watch Out of the Shadows. It'll shake you to your core, because you'll realize how so many millions of people, why do they keep taking this down? This is these are legitimate people. You have to, I'll send you the link. But
my daughter already has,
and then things start to make sense. Like, yeah, you start to realize, oh my God, like this, it's all by design, all of it. And then you wake up.
I threatened 3 different grown men. I invited one of those grown men to come to my job to talk to me about it for calling my daughter.
Good. Fuckers.
Because even though TikTok is supposed to be private, it's not.
No, TikTok is going to be banned on the 15th anyway.
He's a wicked computer hacker type person, like a nerd that way.
Yeah.
He had me make up a bogus everything. Email, TikTok, everything. Yeah, and told me within 5 minutes where I was sitting.
That's scary.
Where I was sitting, even though everything was private. Told me where I was sitting, but it was my latitude and longitude, but still where I was sitting.
You're gonna.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that's China.
So,
wait.
I have no problem. I will sit in jail for the rest of my life, whether it's my kid or not. That's fucked. So, and then I don't know. And then to hear him talk about it, there's no fucking way. That man never hurt a child. Ever. I'll put my life on it, 110%.
How much you want to bet? I'm kidding.
I will bet every dollar that I can ever come across in the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I
hope you're right. In a sense, I hope you're right. I really do. I mean,
part of
me wonders if, I don't, it's if it is him, at least that threat is gone. So, that's why we just have to wait and see what comes out.
It would eat at him.
I think it does.
He wouldn't be able to keep that in. He wouldn't be able to keep anything like that. And there's no way. There's no way.
What if he just got lucky?
Say what?
What if he just got lucky?
How would it be lucky?
I don't know. If whoever did it has gotten lucky, wouldn't you agree?
Well, I don't know about luck.
Some people think it's that it's like tactful. I think. Garett he admits he's a smart criminal.
Oh yeah.
He really is.
And
he's fascinating.
I don't think for 1 second that he was the one on the bridge for a minute. Not even. I don't doubt it. I don't. Not at all.
You think he knows though?
No.
I don't know.
Because if that was his niece or nephew, there's no way.
No, but I asked him about that, and he said he'd never even worried about that.
No, I'm saying, like, if he knew that something had, about whatever happened when his niece or his nephew,
I think
he wouldn't keep his mouth
he's
shut.
connected to some really bad people, Krista.
It's not that he's connected to bad people, he's just connected to people that just don't give a fuck.
He got in with the
I
wrong
feel like in a
people.
lot of cases, they do what needs to be done, in some senses.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Danielle Nations, if he wouldn't have got on the record, Danielle Nations would still be guilty in everybody's eyes. But because he took one little interview, after January 2019, after all of these major podcast, media outlets, journalists, said it's him. And you got to understand, if you haven't read it all, and I know once you do, it'll make sense, but his family has said, you can look it right up yourself, and I've asked him about this, and he admits they say it, he just says it's not true, that they are investigating him, that Ron, gave him the information, and so I don't know, like I said, I hope it's not him, but I just don't know, and that's the truth. I hope you can tell that I'm just undecided. I don't know. 50-50 in my opinion.
Even from his face, not just from his face, like even in my gut, I don't doubt him. And I'm that person that I doubt every fucking thing. Yeah. Like, I need you to change my mind. Change my mind that I'm wrong.
Right.
And then we're cool.
Right.
But I don't doubt him in that way at all.
Well, that's
I don't.
Interesting
that's
for me to know, and I appreciate the feedback.
Because I doubt everything. Like, if you tell me this guy's blue, I'm going to say, why? Well, I'm pretty sure I saw green, so change my mind.
Right. I think you're a really cool girl, Krista, and I just hope the best for you.
Like, I just feel like there was a lot of points that smeared him like he hasn't already been smeared enough. And another reason why I haven't started to read anything or whatever is because I'm going to want to talk to him. Well, why is this? Why is that? Why was this said? Or why did it come up that way or how? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to back him into a corner because there's nothing that he can do.
Right.
I'm not going to back him into a corner and make him feel like I'm attacking him when I'm just a nosy bitch.
Yeah.
So that's why I told him, if you want me to know, you will tell me. And he has told me so much.
Yeah.
The letters that I get from him are like forever long, and he writes like microscopic.
Really?
So oh my God, like so small. So small. And then there's me, I write like a chick. So he's like, well, how many pages? They're so long, and he's told me so much about him. So much. Because I told him I didn't want to start off our whatever friendship, whatever it might be, with the bullshit. I wanted to know what made him him.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
I wanted to know what his favorite color was. I wanted to know what made him smile, what made him sad, what scared him. I want to know all that. Mm-hmm. We can get into all that stuff later. I mean, fuck, we have the rest of our life.
That's true.
He ain't going nowhere. Like, I mean, as long as I answer the phone, I ain't going nowhere.
Come, though, we're all dying.
Right.
So.
And I want to give him.
What would you do today if you knew it was your last day?
Oh my God,
You should ask yourself that every single day, because it's facts.
It would entail my kids and him. That'd be it. I'd be good. I'd be good. I'd be fine.
Come here, please.
I'm sorry, Iggy.
Oh, good girl. Oh, my poor dog.
I would go get my kids and I would go get him, and that would be it. Like, I am to the point that, like, I'm going to drive down there just like a wave at him through his window. And for me to drive from where I'm at to his jail is like 45 minutes. Just a wave. But I have it because fuck the Newton County cops. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I agree.
Newton County cops, I'm good. They will pull you over because you look sideways. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm not in the mood to deal with cops like that. And see, like, at first for him, it threw him off because I'm the daughter of a cop.
Okay.
So he was like, oh, so you were raised on the opposite side. I said, yeah, absolutely. I said, my dad was my DARE teacher.
Oh my gosh, the DARE program. I won the medal for the essay at my DARE program. Do you remember that?
I do, because I wasn't eligible because my dad was a damn teacher.
Oh.
So I couldn't, I was automatically, it was stupid, but I still had to do the shit.
Yeah, I just sucked up to my dear officer in my essay, and I got the medal.
Yeah, that was...
But you know, they don't do that anymore.
Don't make me do it.
They don't do that anymore in schools. Okay, and then look at what's happening. It's just, it's crazy. Oh, it's so crazy.
I've been open and honest with my kids, like 110%.
Me too.
Like, I don't play with my kids.
Same.
Like, last year at my job, one of the waitresses that I worked with overdosed. Me and my boss found her. She's still alive.
Oh, thank God.
But she was, in quotes, my work wife. So my kids called her stepmom. So she was my work wife.
Yeah.
So when it happened, my kids are 13 and 15 now. So when it happened, they were, you know, a year ago. I used her as an example. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and she was like, "You told your kids? Like, why would you tell your kids?" I said, "Well, are you embarrassed?"
Why not? You have to know. Yeah.
Because what if it was your kid?
Yep.
I'm not using you as an example to embarrass you. I'm using you as an example because, one, it happened. Two,
and
they know you, so it's personal.
You have lived. It's a miracle. So, yeah.
Right. I said, so, and it's personal to them. So they're going to pay attention to it more than just some random story in a book or on the TV.
You sound like a great mom.
So I said, so yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
My ex-husband just overdosed last year. The week before Christmas.
My brother-in-law, he overdosed about 10 years ago.
Okay, first, shoot your local heroin dealer. Do it. 110%.
110.
Because I'm not saying, like, every drug is terrible. And
it's the devil.
Everything is. But heroin, oh my God, like, the shit, it's just nuts.
I feel so lucky because my brother got clean, and I know you only get clean or die on heroin.
Yep.
And he had to join. He was gonna go to prison with 2 felonies. That, or the prosecutor said he could sign up for the military, which he wanted to do before he started getting high, and he did. And now he's retired from the military, clean. It's like, it's amazing, you know.
That's awesome.
He doesn't live here though. If he said, like, he can barely come back here for more than a day because it triggers him to want to use, you know.
Well, that's how it is around here. It's a shithole. When you go into a shithole, it stresses you out. And when you get stressed out, you just don't want to feel it. I hate this place. I hate this place.
Tell me what it's like to be around people that cook meth.
I've never been around anybody that cooked that.
Oh, okay.
I'm a drug user, not
But Garett cooked it. Oh, you didn't know him. You didn't know him.
No, and had he not been in jail with my ex-boyfriend, I never would have met him ever in my life. That one phone call was all I heard. So, like, I won't go around, like, that big of a thing to me. Like, that's not worth it to me. I'd rather just go get what I want to get for myself and go have fun. Yeah. Whatever y'all is doing, that's your business, because the less I know, the better, because I don't,
I guess there's a lot of it in my area. My first, like, serious boyfriend, his little sister, she would ask me to buy, like, Benadryl or something from the... Yeah. And so I knew, and then she had got, you know, but I distanced myself, because that's scary, you know? It's scary. Scary stuff.
Well, because you can be tied into that now because you got to sign for those boxes.
Well, I mean, being around it, it's just, it's dangerous, and it's dangerous to the people you love because it's highly addictive. So it's just bad. I agree all around. The drugs are just ruining America, and I feel like it's... I
quit. I quit all on my own. I didn't have rehab. I didn't have none of that. I just was done.
Good for you. Addiction's real. Don't know one single family that isn't directly affected, like, in a big way, with people that have overdosed, people that are still using, or, you know, it's just...
Oh yeah, there's always one.
The opioid epidemic, but don't pay attention because there's a racism problem. It's all bullshit. Don't believe the news.
No, all they did was pull all the Vicodin off the, you know, and all that stuff off the street.
Yeah.
And put Suboxone out there. Suboxone's no better. I've taken that too.
Yeah, it's just right. One thing for another.
Suboxone fucks me up more than a Vicodin does. Like, Suboxone fucks me up
maintain
more than a Vicodin does.
I'm surprised.
The Suboxone strips.
Yeah.
And those I can tolerate. And then there's this Suboxone or Subutex pills or whatever it is.
Yep.
Those make me violently sick.
What is spice? Can you tell me about spice? It's synthetic marijuana that
so
makes no sense.
stupid.
What is it?
Oh my God, it's so stupid. It's like you're smoking potpourri. It is so fucking retarded. I've never done it because to me, if you're going to do a drug, do a drug. Don't
is
do
this?
you don't know.
I don't get it. Why? What does it make you do? Why wouldn't they just smoke a joint? I'm seriously curious.
Because I'm that person that if somebody were to tell me that that's what they were doing, I would talk shit and that's why. Like, why don't you just go smoke a joint? Like, I got a joint, let's go smoke it. You want me to turn into a blunt because there's more of us? Like, why are we smoking for you guys? I don't understand.
But what is it? Do you know?
It's like, look up, like, see, when I first started coming around, I was living in Texas. And it was called K2.
K what?
2, like the letter K and then 2. It's
K2.
like a synthetic.
Like the zombie drug?
Yeah. That and then, no, I think that's bath salt.
The reason the drug is commonly associated with marijuana and sometimes referenced to be synthetic marijuana, K2's effects on the brain can be more significant than those of marijuana, making the drug more unpredictable and dangerous. Huh. I've got to read about it. Spice, synthetic marijuana, what is it? Huh. Psychoactive drug.
And see, like, down there it's called spice, but if you come up here where I'm at, they call it tunchi.
Tushi?
Tunchi, like Tunchi, tunchi.
Like the rap songs?
I guess. Yeah, I don't
Tunchi,
know. I don't listen to
tunchi.
rap. I don't know. I'm like,
it says
hey,
it causes.
I got some, like, regular weed.
It says it causes confusion, hallucinations, and extreme cases of anxiety and paranoia, violent behavior,
fun,
increased heart rate, suicidal tendencies, repeated vomiting, which he said he did a lot of. Oh my gosh, who brought this stuff in? Was this legal or something?
At first it was, because they didn't know. They didn't know. I mean, like, whoever sat down the one day and was like, I wonder what this will do. Who does that, first of all? I don't know.
Nearly 3% of 8th graders surveyed reporting using the drug. That number increased with age, landing at 3.5% among 12th graders. What? Oh my God.
My kids already smoke pot.
Thank you for this actual name, because I've searched spice and there's just K2 brings up a lot more info.
Because see, like, I don't know what anybody calls it, like, around the country, like, away from us.
Yeah. No, because, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I guess that's because there's meth and heroin around here, but...
And, like, at first, when I first heard about it, when my ex was talking about it, because I moved south of the river when I got divorced, because I can't handle the he said, she said bullshit.
What river? What river are we talking about?
The Kankakee. I'm in Lake County.
What's the KTT?
The Kankakee River.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Like Kankakee, Illinois. It runs right through the one pool, I guess.
How do you spell it?
I don't know. K-A-N-K Kankakee. A-K-E-E or some shit, I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm in Lake County. Lake.
Okay, so I don't
like,
know.
I'm literally
I'd have to look
20
on a
minutes
map.
south of Gary.
You're
where I'm standing right now, I can be in Gary in 10 minutes.
Gary.
15 times.
That's Gary.
Gary. Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, everybody. Okay, so I can be in the city in 40 minutes.
Okay, Indianapolis, you mean?
No, Chicago. Indy's like 3 hours away.
Okay. How long? How many hour drive to Chicago?
Like 40 minutes, if that, depending on traffic.
I'm about 6 hours from Chicago.
No,
Dude, I'm reading this K2 and it's crazy.
It's terrible. Like, what about that sounds like it's fun?
Nothing, but it sounds like it's relevant.
Everybody does it.
But it seems like it could be relevant here, specifically with Garett, you know?
Oh, and then put that and mess together?
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
I mean, I'm reading
and
this.
God only knows what else. God only knows what else he was doing at the time. You know, possibly come across a Vicodin or a Xanax or, you know, whatever. And not remember that even happened.
Yeah, no. And it says that it's like altered. I don't know. It says it's like even really bad even when you don't have it. Withdrawals an exceptionally unstable time for an individual with a physical dependence on a substance, so medical supervision is advised. Wow. Difficult control.
Like it's
ever...
It's horrible shit.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. is even more dangerous due to the premix regarding it says its state. Okay, I see. So it was.
Like, I'd rather just
I wonder
smoke weed.
who. I want to see who was involved with regarding it as a safe substance initially.
Well, they changed it in Texas because it was killing people.
My goodness. Oh my goodness! I gotta get dinner going.
I've been back from Texas for 10 years now.
Texas? That's cool. I would love to visit Texas.
I'd pack up and move back tonight if I could.
Really?
Oh my God, I hate it here. It's stupid here.
Home is home.
There's nothing to offer. It's not home. Home is where you make it.
That's true. Home is where your heart is.
At for now.
Yep.
Right. And that's just right now. It's just where I'm just chilling for a minute.
There you go. That's all you gotta do just for today.
So
I am gonna put my phone on the charger and put some Velveeta.
I'm sorry for snapping.
No, don't be. Don't be.
But like,
it's fine.
I don't have very many emotions or feelings, and that straight like hit them dead on.
Okay.
So I took it a little personal.
No, I appreciate your feedback. And
I talked to him about it first. I wouldn't have just called without talking to him first.
Okay. Well, wish him the best for me. If you do, I know I texted you, I just let him know I'm just really proud of him.
That's how the whole thing came up about me watching your YouTube things, was I told him that you texted me.
Oh, okay.
So.
Thank you.
Of course.
I'm going to put on
I'm going to let you go to
some Velveeta. It's 4:18.
He's going to call me back.
So, yeah, stay in touch if you want, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Thanks, Krista.
Bye.
Bye-bye.